What's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and we are back to playing some Magic here. So we only have a week or so left before the new set comes out on the 28th. So next Thursday, I believe, is when the new set is coming out. I've been brewing a ton of stuff around that. I've been really excited for what we can be doing with the next set. And so I haven't been doing as many of the videos of just what's in standard right now and what else. And I'm recognizing I do actually, there's plenty of cards I still haven't really played with, I haven't showcased, and there's a lot of fun stuff still to be had here, especially when we're thinking about, ooh, this will get even better with the next set. And one card in particular I'm actually really excited about for the next set is Dragonspark Reactor. With how many treasure synergies we have, especially in red, we already had lots of artifact stuff from Kamigawa, but I feel like the other sets just didn't quite support it enough to make this card amazing, where this card in theory should be just a straight up busted card. 2 mana, whenever artifacts enter the battlefield, it gets a counter onto it, and then you can pay for or deal damage to the opponent's face and take care of a creature all at once. The issue with this is you have to take a turn 2 off to play this out, and then you have to have 4 mana available to actually deal the damage to anything. But when you're going heavy into treasure synergies, getting up to that 4 mana is a lot easier. And not only that, but that's also putting tons of counters onto Dragonspark Reactor, to where I think it's going to be very easy to get this up to 5 and use it to be able to kill anything that's on the board very consistently and somewhat easily in the deck, especially if you get to like Bootlader's Stash and green. There's a ton of awesome ways to be playing Dragonspark Reactor in the next set, and that got me thinking about all the ways that you can build it in this set. And so this is the deck we're going to be playing, but I also I think that there's tons of synergies with like the Anvil as well. I was trying to build I built like 4 or 5 different decks all around this. I end up trashing a bunch, but I end up with a few of these ones that are kind of all around this Dragonspark Reactor, and different kinds of ways to do it, making sure we can keep having artifacts at the battlefield, doing whatever. And I really like this card, but I think that the treasure synergies from the next set are really necessary to make it go off typically. However, I realized that if we can ramp up a little bit with just like a colorless type of deck, focus on Forsaken Monument. That's why this is a colorless control deck, even though we're splashing some red and white. Not really doing much of that besides having a little bit better lands, some lands that can give us extra colorless creatures for Forsaken Monument, do some fun stuff. But mostly just so we can ramp up the Forsaken Monument with Automated Artificer, get Celestus out, get Forsaken Monument, and then Dragonspark Reactor will just be able to go big just by us playing tons of artifacts. We can kind of use it more controlly, like we're going to have extra mana because of Forsaken Monument, all of our colorless lands tap for extra stuff. And then we have stuff like Treasure Vault, which we can dump all of our mana into it, create a ton of treasures, all the treasures to the battlefield for Dragonspark Reactor. Then those give us the mana that we need again to activate it right away, maybe do 12 points of damage to the face, which will either close out the game or get us to where we can swing in for the next turn with all of our creatures that are buffed by Forsaken Monument to help win the game right after that. So there's some really, really awesome, sweet stuff that we can be doing with this deck, and I'm really excited to show you guys what we got. The other card I really haven't played with from Kamigawa, which I don't know why, because this card is actually insane. Tawashi Guidebot is a 4-mana 2/1 construct, which is actually important for the couple of Dollhouse Horrors that we have in the deck. But really, this enters the battlefield, puts a counter onto something. Okay, it's a 4 mana, puts a counter onto stuff, 2/1. It dies to flipping everything, right? But you can pay for, tap it, draw a card, and the ability costs 1 less to activate for each modified creature you control. It is really easy to get like 3 or 4 modified creatures on the battlefield where you're just paying nothing to tap this and draw a card every single turn. And I've gotten 3 or 4 of these out on the battlefield on one turn with Reckoner Bakebusters, with our Circuit Menders coming back and drawing us cards, whatever. And I was able to just like draw through my deck with testing this deck out. And so that's also why we're up to 64, is because I feel like when I am able to start, drawing 2 or 3 cards every turn, I'm okay adding in a couple extra, like making sure I actually have a full playset of monuments so that I make sure I'm hitting them, but also I'm not just like splashing a couple things like Mech Titan Core. I'd rather have 2 of than 1 of. And this is where I like to go up to 64 cards over 60, is when the cards that I would have like 1 of or 2 of, like Search Hacker Mech, I initially didn't have a full 3 of, I only had 2 of. But this is one of our best removal spells besides Dragonspark Reactors, that we do actually need this one to be hitting the battlefield every once in a while. I want more than just 2. Even if I'm going down to 60 cards, I don't want just 2, but I can't make room for everything else that I need to have in the deck otherwise. That's when I think it's okay to be jumping up to 64 cards. Honestly, I could probably go down for Forsaken Monument for 1 more Search Hacker Mech with this, but the value of going colorless is what we're really focusing on with that one as well. And then as far as getting modified creatures on the battlefield, Ingenious Smith helps us draw cards as well. That's another source of card advantage where we're just filling up our hand over and over again with this deck, as long as we, are able to keep a few things on the battlefield. Ingenious Smith draws this card, or it gets us an extra artifact. Patrick Automaton both get counters onto them when we're putting out artifacts on the battlefield. Tawashi Guidebot also puts out a counter on stuff. Even just crewing up a Reckoner Bankbuster, it counts as a modified creature because it has the counters onto it as it's there. So if you're just needing to crew it up real fast to then get the counters onto it, same thing with Crawling Barrens, activate its ability, bring it out as on the battlefield so we can activate a couple Tawashi Guidebots, whatever we need to start going off. Dollhouse of Horrors will be able to bring stuff back from the battlefield or from the graveyard as needed, and that's the deck, guys. So let's go and dive into the gameplay. Let's see how this does for us, see if we can get some Mech Titan core shenanigans going, but ultimately just gaining tons of life with our colorless stuff, ramping up Dragonspark Reactors as win cons, and just kind of playing a little bit of the slower version of artifacts that I haven't really played myself, and I haven't seen too much, and so it's actually really good from what I've been playing. Let's dive into it. Let's see how it does. All right, up against No Script, and a little bit awkward. We're on the play. This hand is keepable on the play, where I don't think it would be if we weren't on the play. We have Field of Ruin, so we can go digging for lands, colors if we need them. Bankbuster allows us to draw cards to let us kind of find other action, but if we're on the draw against a more aggro deck, we have 0 things that do things, and that's bad. That is a great card for us right now. Yep, go for Rampage. Means we don't get to draw a card, but we get to get out Tawashi Guidebot next turn. I like that. Circuit Mender. Cool. Gain some life. All right, so I like seeing the mirror match kind of thing. See what else they're doing. Ooh, another Artificer to get us up to Forsaken Monument instead. Oh, I love it. And that lets us also draw a card here. Or get out the Mech Titan. Do I want to telegraph that over just the Forsaken Monument and draw a card? Yeah, I think finding the land here so I can play something the same turn as Forsaken Monument will probably be better. Giving us 2 draws to try to find a land gives us a higher chance of doing so. Mobilizer Mech, okay. Swings in. Yeah, no blocks. Down to 17. They're holding up Counterspell magic mana. I don't want things to get countered. We can't really afford for things to be like a Forsaken Monument. I do have an extra one, but I think what we're doing here is Automaton, seeing if they are going to counter stuff here. Yeah, they definitely have like Fading Hope or something. Get out a Circuit Mender. Have something to block the Automaton. Pass turn. Also can crew up Bankbuster. Yeah, so they held up 2 mana there. They had something to do the whole time. It's definitely some sort of counter spell, or I'm not really sure actually. Maybe it's just that they were debating on crewing up. All right, blue mana tap down. That's good. Becomes a 0/0. Oh, then becomes okay. Right. Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. There's the Mind Leak mech. That's what I was thinking this was. All right, take 3. Down to 16. Passes my turn. Monument. Now my guys are swole. Do I attack in, though? I attack in here. Creating the race now would actually be kind of okay with us. If they want to tap out, then we have a ton of damage of swinging back with. Although I think that we lose if we do that, if they hit us twice in a row, though. So I think I can attack him with just the Automaton. Hold back the Circuit Mender. Life should be good. They can still fly over the top, but I'm doing more damage. They're not blocking with the Circuit Mender. Very intriguing. Maybe they have like a teleportation circle or something to kind of go off with that. Mech Titan Core. All right, that's what's going on. So we don't have very many. We do have removal for that, but we don't have it on board. So, but with Forsaken Monument, we get to do it first, and so there is that. Yeah, so I'm trying to think how much more mana I'm actually needing here. Mech Titan Core. So yeah, we gotta get ours first, so then we can trade off. And then debating if I want to just be able to make 2 colorless tokens with this, or actually have the mana here available. So 5, I can draw with Bankbuster first, play out another Bankbuster, and then use this and still activate. So I think we're gonna do that first. So draw. Oh, there we go. Land. Bankbuster. I want to be able to keep drawing cards. And so X5. Definitely hitting Circuit Mender, hitting Bankbuster that I can reset the counters on. I think it's just these 2. Having the mana is actually pretty nice, but having the ability to draw a card would be pretty nice too. Yeah, we'll hold on to this other Bankbuster. We'll have still something to be drawing cards with. Keep filling up our hand. All right, so they could have removal here. Attack in. And attack in? No. Darn it. Yep. I was worried about that they're going to have some sort of removal there, but we at least get to get everything back to the battlefield. See, this is where I also love the Dragonspark Reactor, so we would have the ability to kind of go crazy with that right there. But now we're in all sorts of trouble, and we don't have Dragonspark Reactor. We don't have any flyers to block the other Mech Titan Core. We technically got there first. We did the cool thing first, but they just have Exile Artifact Creature, then return to the battlefield under Sonic's control. That's a pretty cool card. So they can blink their Circuit Menders if they need to. Things aren't going in our favor right now, in case you didn't know. This is bad. All right, take all of the damages, down to 12. Not dead yet, though. Not dead. Oh. All right, I need more vehicles to make that work for us. So we're gonna draw a card first. Draw. That helps us potentially find one. Okay. Ingenious Smith. I haven't played a land yet. Dragonspark Reactor. We didn't find another vehicle, but that is a potential answer as well, although we just tapped down our red sources. All right, Dragonspark Reactor. We have tons of mana into Treasure Vault, into Dragonspark Reactor, kill it, hopefully survive this next turn. Long enough that we can do that. We can also just gain more life by casting colorless spells for a second. So, Buashi Guidebot. Go up to 14. Flying, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Haste. I can't make this a 10-10 and still swing in. We'll just put it on there, though. Last turn. All right. We have a few potential answers. They swing in. We go down to 4. Please don't have any way to buff this or do anything extra. Down to 4. They do, if they have another planar in Incision, they can exile our Dragon Spark Reactor. And that could be very, very bad for us. All right, so we're looking for another colorless land if we can find it. Another colorless land gives us a lot of mana with Treasure Vault or more vehicles.
This is what real progress.
They passed in my turn. There we go. Colorless land is nice. All right, so it's making sure we're doing this all the right way. Yeah, we can get a really awesome turnaround here with this. So, tap, tap. 4, 6, 8, 10. So that creates 5 treasures. 6 treasures. Gets us up to 8. And if I have enough mana, I could, let's see here. So, Surge Hacker Mech. I can deal some damage there, then Dragon Spark Reactor after creating some treasures. Does this allow me to still have enough treasures to actually do it? It's 8, so it would be exactly enough. But then I'm not doing anything else, and they're going to be able to get a bunch of guys back. Not amazing. Not amazing. And then they'll have a flyer afterwards anyway. So I gotta do 6 points of damage here. Yeah, it has to go there. I'm just barely off of being able to do it without that. So then create treasures, X4. And then Dragon Spark Reactor. I would love to have been able to do that at instant speed so that all their guys would have summoning sickness. That's what I was trying to debate if I could do, is like if I could do more things at summoning sickness pace, be able to have Surge Hacker Mech kill like a Tezzeret instead of other things, or whatever else, it would have been in much better shape. And now we didn't get to cast enough colorless things to really help us out a ton. We're in trouble. I can crew up one of these guys and be able to draw a card with Tobashi, so that's something. Faster, yeah. So right now we have 3 modified creatures, but if we crew up a regular Bakebuster, then it'll be 4, because this does have tokens or counters on it still. So we can draw a card next turn. Resolve. Attacks, return creature vehicle 2 or less from graveyard to your hand. That's terrifying.
Innovation has no limit.
Draws, discards cards, trying to get stuff in the graveyard for them to be able to bring stuff back. Losing another planar incision is very good, very good. Circumvender. So I mean, they've got us at the flyers still, but we can hopefully gain enough life along the way that we're going to be fine. We also do have the bigger dudes, which is something, at least. Backs in. Yeah, no flyers. We take 3. Oh my goodness. All right. All right, we get lots of card draw here, though. We can draw like 4 cards between now and then. So crew up here. So that I can activate that ability. Draw a card. Dude, this card is so underrated, and I love it. Another colorless card, perfect. That also ramps us up. That's good, too. All right. I think we can start stabilizing a little bit. Artificer. Gain 2 life. All right, I actually do need to draw cards, though. I need to prioritize some removal. Potential removal. So I think we draw cards here first. Yeah. Draw. Uh-oh. Draw. They don't have any creature lands, right? So I don't need to prioritize those at the moment. Celestis. Up to 7. I mean, all they have to find is another Mech Titan core and we're dead, like, immediately. So that's bad. Okay. Opponent scoops it up. We just had so much card advantage that they were all about top decking the perfect card at the right time. At the same time, though, with their Imperial recovery units, they could attack in and get back a Mech Titan core. As long as they could find Mech Titan cores before we did, we were in trouble. But we were able to dig deeper each turn. And with the no colorless cards we can cast each turn, they were just like, okay, it's going to be such a long game at this point that it's not worth playing. So I'm not sure if we were actually ahead there when they scooped. It was more just like, okay, this is going to be so long. And we were going to try to play it out the best we could, but it was going to be a very long game. On to the next one. All right, pretty perfect hand here. This is exactly what we're looking for. Ingenious Smith to help us potentially find lands. That's why we have a full play set 2 of Treasure Vault, is because Ingenious Smith can also just find us the land with that. And that ends up being pretty good. We do have 24 lands with a ton of ways to kind of ramp up. And at 64 cards, I think that's the right amount. Ingenious Smith. All right, get a Mech Titan core. Lots of lands we just put to the bottom, so that's a little bit not amazing. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. No blocks. I think I want to put out the Mech Titan core here. So much damage. All right. Yeah, and no... Again, this is where Dragon Spark Reactor is really bad. If you don't get up to 4 mana, it's a useless card. We can buff up our Ingenious Smith right now. We can do some other stuff. And I think I would rather make sure I have a way to destroy stuff eventually. Mech Titan Core, I don't really want them to have any kind of artifact removal going immediately toward this, because this is one of our best ways to come back from a deck that is starting to go off like crazy. I think I might just be blocking this next turn, actually. I just need to keep myself alive. Ingenious Smith, I'm fine having to the graveyard because we do occasionally get the Dollhouse of Horrors later on, and I want that there to be able to, you know, save me. All right, so block, take 3 to our face. They got to draw a card with Akiri. So they're going to have a Nahiri as well. All right, Patchwork Automaton. Oh, that was revealed because of Ingenious Smith. Okay, man, losing all 3 of those lands to Ingenious Smith was so unlucky. Like, that is just straight up not luck. Land into Circuit Mender and then land into these bots or whatever else is going to be perfect. Like, it's... Oh, we're just straight up dead. Wow. Okay. Well, on to the next one. That was insane. Cool. Yeah, this deck is really awkward sometimes. So we have almost the entire deck is 2-drops, and we're finding only the 4 of white cards that we have, and we don't find a white source with it. We're gonna mulligan for something a little better than that. That's better. This is a much better hand. Let's see here. So Dragon Spark Reactor is really good, but I think it's one of those cards I'd rather draw later on. Right now, we're going to go for Artificer, hopefully find land so I can play out 2 cards on 1 turn. Yeah, getting the ramp initially is what's most important by far. So then we can start playing a few of our early game cards. Once we get to the 4 lands, this deck just starts really functioning very, very well. Thermal Alchemist and Shambling Gas for the deadly disputes and stuff. Intriguing. I would actually like to hold on to this, but we do have to get out Artificer. Go past the turn. We did find another land, so life is good. Next turn, we can start going off with like Dragonspark Reactors, Automatons, Ingenious Smith, whichever we wish to do. I do want to get this out sooner than later because it looks like they are going to have... They're fine not attacking in, and they're just going to be getting damage over the top. So also digging for Forsaken Monument is an important thing. And so we're going to go Ingenious Smith first, see if we can find it. Search Hacker Mech is another pretty good way to kill... Well, actually nothing right now. Only Shambling Ghast. All right, so it looks like they are gonna sacrifice this to kill the Ingenious Smith, maybe. I'm okay with that. Play with fire, kills it right away. Any damage that's not going at our face, I'm more happy with, but they are getting a lot of stuff. Otherwise, Circuit Benders gain us life. Patchwork Automaton can give us big creatures to be able to hit in with the Ward of 2 on these guys. And I do have 2 of them that I can put onto battlefield. I can get them up to like 5/5s and potentially race. Circuit Bender can just give me the life gain, which can also help me race. And I already have 1 Automaton. That's a tough choice. 2 lands there as well. Yeah, we're going to go for the other Automaton. Play that out now. For next turn, if I don't find a land here, I think I'm going to go Automaton Dragonspark Reactor. Grow both of my dudes. Get this on the battlefield so I can start eventually sniping down these 3/3s. Help me race even more. Like my hand is built to race a little bit better. I can start removing stuff potentially. If they have removal, it's not going at our face, which I'm happy with. They have to spend 2 here to do this. Now they can hit in for 2, but that's fine. Again, any damage not going at our face is better, but they do have a lot of damage just from any spell they're casting right now. Sukazan. All right. Is it better to play the Reactor or the Circuit Mender? I think that... Automaton. Mender. All right. The 2 to us, we would go back up to 14. And we'll see if we can start stabilizing. Okiba. Is this just a non-creature spell? It's pretty cool. I like what they're doing. I think this deck is a swell. All right, so Dragonspark Reactor. Having 2 of these is actually pretty sweet. And with Artificer, the issue here is the 4 mana that this costs to really do anything. But we do get to start building up the Automaton. Attack in. Yeah, just there for now. Next turn when I have mana available, I'll attack him with other stuff. Then get a treasure here. All right, we're down to 10. So we're in trouble. We do have the ability to kill these guys within the next couple of turns, potentially. Let's use Thirst. Even just attacking with these guys, if they want to jump block or block, we have the ability to kill one of them. Doesn't really help us a lot, though. Yeah, we're just in trouble. Just in trouble. This guy's flipping around on the next turn, too. Okay. +2 onto this guy swings in. So the issue here is they can kill the Artificer, but I would love to have the Circuit Mender die. Oh yeah, I guess that's what we're just doing there. Block. draw. Another Circuit Mender. Life gain is cool. All right, that's actually a pretty good draw for us right here. Yeah, gain life. They're gonna start flipping stuff around. Couple more. Another vehicle lets us play Search Hacker Mech as a removal as well. All right, let's just try not to die. Down to 8. Okay, draw another land. You haven't drawn a land in a while. Do that, please. Please, please, please. Vehicles you control have menace. Aha! Job. You. All right. Block, trade. Draw a card. There's land. Okay, we need a good 2-drop here. All right. Everything that we want to do costs lots of mana now. I can draw a card with Reckoner Bankbuster. I think it's better to get the Search Hacker Mech out first, right? Yeah, so we do that. Or they find an Abrade or anything else that makes this useless. Flame Breather. The Alchemist is also very annoying. Both are annoying. This also has Menace, so we're in trouble. Fast turn. Yeah, the Menace creatures are gonna be able to hit in. He gets to buff it up with one of these guys and then hit in. So we're all sorts of almost dead. If they have a play with fire, I believe that we are dead. So buffs, flips, brings one of the guys over. Intriguing deck. I really like it. Yeah, it hits in. With Menace. Going to 2. If they have a play with fire, we are all sorts of dead. Going to 1 with Alchemist. So we have to... Wow, okay. That's a lot of lands that we've just drawn. Oh, man. Wow. Any colorless card would have been able to start gaining us life now. We'd have enough to cast it and then still have like 2 mana. Guess we draw first, see what else we can do. It's over. I believe it's over. Go to 1. Do they have a spell to cast? They haven't found another land yet. Yeah, okay, yeah. You got us. Good job, sir. Oh, man. All right, up against Odd Git and card draw. Stuff to be doing. I like all of this hand. Stuff to get up to. Decent threats in the early game. Being on the play here is huge. I like it. I think I honestly might just be looking for a treasure map if I don't draw other start beforehand. Or a treasure vault with this. Ooh, ways to ramp. Ramping is so important for this deck. Super aggro or ways to ramp. We already have the Ingenious Smiths. We need this over anything else, so that's what we do. Conspiracy Theorist. More mana is nice. Artificer go. No attacks, pass turn. What's this again? Whenever you discard 1 or more non-land cards, you may exile 1 of them from your graveyard. If you do, you may cast it this turn. Tax, pay 1 and discard a card. So yeah, they can discard, draw a card, and be able to cast it. So they're casting a 2-mana spell and getting card draw all at the same time by attacking in here. So what are they casting? So yeah, no blocks. I mean, that's kind of a cool little combo, but it telegraphs it really well. And so like they want to be able to cast this so that this will die. So now they've done the ability to draw a card. And so now they're going to probably cast something else. Rip Apart. Sounds good. Does it destroy my artifact? I'm fine with that. Oh, do I think they're going to have more Rip Aparts? If not, Forsaken Monument becomes so good. And if they cast one more to kill this and we have another one, we good. Stonebinder's Familiar. So this does exile it, so they can start growing the familiars. Oh, it doesn't exile it if it's not a spell to cast. Yeah. Non-land cards. Ha, what a fool. They thought they could cast it again, probably. All right. So the life gain is going to be huge. Search Hacker Mech can just kill one of these guys right now. We are going to lead off with Ingenious Smith, though. Just see what else we can find here. Dollhouse of Horrors is awesome. In fact, I think we're just going to grab that simply to make them feel like, oh, there is no hope. And which there isn't. So, you know, it's a good way to feel. Get rid of the Conspiracy Theorist. Last turn. So about a familiar, I don't care about at all. Their stuff's going to get bigger, but our stuff's going to get bigger way faster and more consistently and everything else. Yeah, opponent says good game. Yeah, now we got the setup. Life is good. I like what they're trying to do, though. They're trying to go for a different take on everything, which is fun. And that's why I like actually playing in free play over competitive sometimes, because competitive is all mono white or the Boros white deck or Zov, where right now I'm running up against new things, and new things are super fun. All right, perfect hand. Keeping this one for sure. Love it. Dead of the Bugbear, go. Pass turn. This one's a little bit awkward because I would like to get counters onto this automaton. But I do also want to be able to just, like, I want to go Artificer and then Celestis into this, which means that we may not even find more artifacts to cast with how many lands we've just drawn. But that is the right way to cast all my stuff faster. And then if we top deck a Forsaken Monument, we're in better shape, you know? So we're going to do that, but it is a little bit funky at this point. Oh, well. I'm fine with funky. All right, so discard deck. So then playing out all of our hand is an okay way to go. Maybe. That gives us another thing to play. So we can actually get out the Automaton first, I guess. So we're going to do this. Automaton, Celestis can go next turn. I do also want this Celestis just for the filtering effect here. But if they're going to discard all their stuff, I'd rather have some threats. Alrighty. Yeah, play this out. Celestis. Attack in. Get in for 1, down to 19. Pass turn. All right, so they foretold something. I'm trying to remember what they have for foretell. They definitely have Blood in the Snow. Mihuk Massacre is a possibility, but they're only killing one thing at the moment. Feed the Swarm plus the Ward. All right. Draw. So I can pay 3 and discard and find this. This is only when I cast stuff, right? But you know what? Actually, I have enough for Den of the Bugbear, right? So yeah, we're going Den of the Bugbear. The other thing too, that's what I like about these Artificers too, is these actually help us activate effects as well. So our lands now are what's gonna kill them. Between Den of the Bugbear and Crawling Barrens or whatever else. Take action. And then draw a card. Whatever. It's fine. I was trying to remember what it says. Draw a card if you do discard a card. So it was asking me to discard a card right then. And then I got to draw. So it was a nice card, but it actually wasn't what we're looking for right now. Any artifact would be okay. Ooh. It has to be other ones. That's intriguing. So I have 4 mana to Crawling Barrens. Let's get out Mech Titan Core. Grow the Automaton so I can get in for a little bit more. All right, so I tap one of these guys down for Den of the Bugbear. I get to swing in. They block Den of the Bugbear. And trade off, I get in with Automaton, 2 goblins, one of these guys. One of them gets blocked with Pest. And then if I have Mech Titan Core on the next turn, life is amazing. I also have Crawling Barrens potentially. Yeah, so we're gonna go like this. I could have spent the turn to put a counter onto Crawling Barrens to make it bigger so I can get it through more stuff, but I think right now I'm trying to keep their board more clear and my board bigger. The biggest issue here is what's it called? A Mihawk Massacre. So if they have Mihawk Massacre, we're in trouble. If they have Blood on the Snow, I'm okay. It does destroy our board. It is sad, but we still have Crawling Barrens to kind of go off and do other cool things. And that's fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but, you know, it's fine. Fast turn. Should have probably drawn a discard there. Purple Sword. Ah, this is cool. I like that. Yeah, equips onto something. So now it has Death Touch and more damage. Circuit Mender. Why are you tapping down the Crawling Barrens? I guess because we can't actually use it anyway. Gain some life. Start building up our artifact stuff again for Mech Titan Core. This is still a really good way for us to win. Does it become a color? It's all colors, so that's fine. They're at how much mana? 6 mana. This requires 8, I believe, right? So they're not at a point of just killing this. So they're letting us draw a card. They have discard, then it won't matter. Pass. So up to 7 mana, so we need to start having blockers available. So I can't be tapping down my Crawling Barrens or even the mana to activate it very much. There it is. Yeah, it returns that back. Gets rid of our Artificer. That's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. My turn. Crawling Barrens. Yeah, I'm activating that. Maybe I could have held on to it and drawn a card instead, but with the amount of discard that they can potentially have, we're still just in trouble. Tax in. Activate the Crawling Barrens. So I have an interesting option here. I could also crew up the Mech Titan Core. It's not going to be super useful for me right now. And that gives me another couple creatures to try to figure out answers for this with. Where Mech Titan Core really isn't going to do much of anything for me for now. Although I could have Surge Hacker Mech, which I don't think will actually matter either. So I'm going to crew this up, keep my Crawling Barrens around. Hopefully they don't have any other kind of thing here and available. They don't have to activate this. It's still just going to have Death Touch, but they will have to trade it off to another creature after this. But they have 2 creatures. We're gonna have to keep doing something here. I love just how fun these other kinds of decks are. This is so cool. I like that new things are happening. It's interesting. Surge Hacker Mech. There we go. So we did find that. Do they have enough mana to equip it and buff at the same time? They have exactly 8 right now, right? So I mean, technically we're safe, right? They shouldn't have a way to get more stuff. Getting something else on the board is useful for us. Kill you now. Just giving him more and more ways where, as long as we can keep more and more of our creatures alive, our lands or whatever going for us. Fast turn. And keep them off of going off the combo. Then we're more okay. Acquisitions expert. Okay, so yeah, they're having to just put out more creatures now. Yeah, they can equip here, attack it, and we're not going to block that time. Start getting our life total a little more down. Actually, they do have to be a little bit careful of us still, because they are at 8. So us attacking in is still a thing that can very much happen and hurt them. Am I actually wanting this available? Or do I want to potentially draw? All right, we can still play this out. Sure, yeah, we can still play this out and we can still crew up a Crawling Barrens. Or not crew up, activate, whatever it is. Fast turn. If they find removal, if they find a targeted removal, I'm gonna sink a game. All right, here's the question again. Do I want to crew up again? Having the guy with Menace is pretty sweet. I think, yeah, I think I'm crewing up again with the core. Because Surge Hacker Mech can actually be pretty aggressive. Anything off the top can be quite good. Whoa, they're destroying the guy that's not going to block? Okay. Nice. Scries 2, keeps 2 on top. Darn it. That still is crewing up, though. All right. Actually, I didn't need to block. They didn't have enough mana anyway. I did not need to block there. That was a misplay. Oh, Field of Ruin. Man, I want to be able to start drawing stuff, but I really need this. Really kill the Hive of the Eye turns potentially, or whatever else. Someone needs to cast 2 spells one of these times. Did they not cast 2 spells there? Guess not. Field of Ruin is nice for us, though. Okay, go Crawling Barrens. So this is where they're seeing if we might have removal as well here. Block. Okay, they don't have a creature now, so that's something. Now they have a creature that we can't block. I'm kind of glad so our chance of finding anything is another Surge Hacker Mech now, which we won't have mana to draw and find. And that is game. Potentially. Let's see. One more little look-see. Take action. Yeah, good game. All right, there you go. You got it. I'm going to let them do it because that is cool. They got to the Vorpal Sword. They were able to hit in. Good on ya, mate. You don't see that happen very often. What is kind of amazing is I don't think they ever found another land. They got to 8 lands and they're like, yep, we're done drawing lands. That's perfect. That's impressive. Pretty cool stuff. Okie dokie, up against Sipco. Keep this hand. I like it. Snarling a Wolfie. All right, send down pass, go, pass the turn. All right, this might be like one of the starter decks, which we might have a chance against. Can buff itself up, hits for 3. That's not a bad turn, bad amount of damage, but yeah, not always the best play to do right there. Artificer go, pass the turn. Yeah, we're always leading with ramp first. Ramp is what's most important to our deck, for sure. In fact, I might even want to draw over even getting like automaton out on the battlefield. Ew. Whenever they cast more than their second spell each turn. So now we're definitely just blocking. Okay, I actually like what they're doing now. This is, I wasn't sure if this is like a more of like a beginner type deck or what. Ooh, Celestis lets us get to, man, I don't want to cast a second spell. Letting him go wide is very bad for us in general. Letting it flip to nighttime on their own, though, could be bad for us as well. Bankbuster draw card is not terrible, but just getting to Forsaken Monument is going to be better. So yeah, go Celestis. I would like to play another spell here, just because it grows with Forsaken Monument, but that does give him a chance for something else. Yeah, we're going to play it out. I just recognize with Dollhouse of Horrors in our hand, I'm actually fine with some stuff trading off and dying and then start getting the buff from Dollhouse of Horrors and the Forsaken Monument. So as long as they don't have removal for these guys, we're going to be in a really good shape. They also are going to be able to do lots of damage here. Hopefully we can find a land. And we can cast something extra. No blocks. Take it down to 9. Lots of damage being dealt. Okay, Forsaken Monument. Now we have blockers. And now we can play the game. We're passing turn. We're not going to let them get another Wolfie just yet. Not until we are actually ahead. But I think that we are able to stabilize at this point. I'm totally fine with our guys dying, going to the graveyard, bringing them back with Dollhouse of Horrors, gaining life with Forsaken Monument, whatever. Like, we're in good shape. This one's a construct, so we actually would prefer this guy to die if possible. Untamed Pup. Is this just like a... Okay, I was going to say, is it all uncommons? I wasn't sure if Howling Moon was, but honestly, there is a lot of power in this deck. Howling Moon is a really cool card. I think it's legit. So it has Trample. We double block. They can decide which one they want to kill, and I'm fine with that. That's not enough to be able to kill both of our guys, right? Oh, they have to play with fire as well. That's annoying. Yeah, that actually does slow us down quite a bit. Dragon Spec Reactor is interesting. It's not a colorless card. Okay, so how much mana do I have? I do have 6 mana. So I can play out Dollhouse of Horrors, bring one of these guys back. I think I'd rather start going for Dragon Spark Reactor. I just don't have a blocker right now. Like, I need to have... None of my stuff gives me a blocker. Dragon Spark Reactor, I can kill one thing, but I'm dead on the next turn if I'm not getting out. This guy even has Trample still, though, so it doesn't... Just the 1/1's not going to help me a ton. So Dragon Spark Reactor, kill a Snarling Wolf. Might be useful, though. I could also activate Crawling Barrens, which will be a 4/4. But not if I cast this out. Dollhouse of Horrors might be our best play in general. Just because we get to gain the life, we get to have it on the battlefield for the next turn. We've already seen they have lots of targeted removal, so I think we bring back the automaton still. And it's a 3/3, no blocks. That can stop a lot of trample damage. You can stop both of these guys potentially. If they have targeted removal, they have to also be able to pay the 2 for the ward here. I was wanting to get Dragon Spark Reactor out before I cast 2 extra spells, or a way to get more artifacts hitting the battlefield each turn. But next turn will be pretty good. I can play it out, activate this. Buffs up for 5k. If they're only swinging there, we just take it. No blocks. They don't go for buffing it up or anything. They're just going to cast another spell here. Oh, they cast nothing. Ah, they're flipping around, so everything now has trample. Take action, draw, discard. Ooh, another Crawling Barrens. Well, Forsaken Monument can go. More colorless lands are quite swell. Dragon Spark Reactor. With Celestis, I can also activate Cave the Frost Dragon. Bankbuster, go. Gain 2 life. We are casting... Ah, I gave him another wolf. Forgot about that. I'm growing this spark here. Alright, so currently I have enough to kill a thing. Do I care about just killing the wolfies, though, or do I care about other things dying? I think that we're bringing this back instead. Growing the Dragon Spark a little bit more. We have the ability to draw a card with Bankbuster still. Free mana. Pass turn. I mean, we have 2 really big blockers, so that is a good thing. Puts a counter there. So now they have plenty of tramply dudes. We get to gain a life because it switches here. We cast 2 spells, so up to 9. Take action, get rid of. Ooh, Ingenious Smith. I was gonna say we could just get it back with Dollhouse, but I'd actually like to have it trigger twice, so we definitely keep it in hand for now. Axe Betrayal, gain control. We're up the Bankbuster. It's a 6/6. Don't think that they have any way of doing too much here. Them making wolves every turn is really bad. Honestly, if they could make another Howling Moon, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Let's counter there. Or puts, yeah. Okay. So, block here, block here. Taking 5. They have a way to buff something a lot, then we're in trouble. Destroying this. Why can't I activate this? Oh, because now it's a creature, so it has summoning sickness, so I can't actually activate. That's really annoying. They get 1 more point of damage through, but we gotta kill the main threat. The main threat that we don't like is Gonzoed. Alright, Ingenious Smith, go. Howling Moon is still annoying, but not the worst. Search Hacker Mech can kill something, but card draw I think is by far more important now. Washi. Yeah, I'm fine with them getting dudes now. I'm kind of okay with that. As long as they haven't been throwing damage at our face, we're okay shape. As long as we can keep drawing cards, we'll be all right. I have enough for a Dragon Spark Reactor if need be. I could also hit in. I'm actually fairly close to lethal, but not quite there. So I think we hold off for another turn before we attack. Fast turn. Having Ingenious Smith die is totally fine with us. I'll turn it into an artifact for this to come back. Grab us another one. We have Treasure Vault to go off with Dragon Spark Reactor as well next turn. Yeah, so like next turn we absolutely have the win. I guess unless they don't attack in, they have some more blockers. With Cave of the Frost Dragon as well. Something gets big, that's fine. Accent with everything. Very intriguing. Yeah, I think this is like last desperation attempt type of thing. I'm actually going to block with the Ingenious Smith. No, I don't have to have it go to the graveyard, right? We can wait, hold off on that. Block like that. If they want to try to kill something, I can activate Dragon Spark Reactor. Stuff dying is still pretty okay with us. Interesting. All right, so I definitely have to activate this now. So we're going to lose some constructs and things are going to die. So we go face in here. One contract will die, so both of these will die. Their board is gone, though. Ingenious Smith. Surge Hacker Mech is perfect because that's something I can hold in hand for a little bit. Dollhouse of Horrors. Bring back Chu. Some triggers. Counter onto itself. I also have Crawling Barons I can put counters onto. Yeah, now we're in really good shape. So yeah, that was sweet. The only thing I was worried about there is how much like direct damage they seem to have that they could hit us. I like what they were building here though. It was kind of like play a bunch of smaller-ish stuff, have lots of trample. Raise of Effigy is great in this deck. Like this is a card I typically wouldn't say you would want to play, but being able to destroy artifacts, also buff up stuff that is getting trampled through or whatever, have the ability to have tons of mana to buff things up and knock them down. Actually, a pretty sweet deck. I like what they're doing there. All right, beautiful hand. Keeping this one for sure. We're on the draw, and we don't have ramp. We don't have a ton of card draw necessarily. I guess we do have card draw focus. But the only two potential tap lands that we have are in our opening hand, so they're no longer tapped. We have 3 automatons, which is pretty busted. The only thing that would make this better, I think, is the ability to ramp up. Ooh, that's good too. Play out automaton. No counter spell. That makes me even happier. Potential turn 3 board wipe though is still gonna be terrible. Foretell. Yeah, all right. Ooh. Yeah, I think we do ramp up. I think that is more important than just playing out more automatons here. We could go aggro, but guaranteed if they're not playing anything these first couple turns, they have some sort of removal. They have some scary stuff. The nice thing though is with these automatons is that if it's just like Wandering Emperor, they can't immediately kill this with ward or whatever. So draw a card and learn. Pop quiz. That is just straight up card advantage, huh? Don't totally know what they're doing. Again, this is what I love about this. Okay, so potential Doomscar. Passing my turn. So we're gonna go Circuit Bender and Bankbuster. Yeah, Circuit Bender. Stuff that I'm fine having die. But this also Let's just have more card draw. Maybe find a Mech Titan core and have a really big threat available. Keep dealing damage with the one guy that we got, and then we can rebuild with 2 automatons, which will be sweet. There's the Doomscar. We get to draw a card. Life is good. Celestis as well. Man, I'm liking this hand. Okay, automaton. I don't think we played the Celestis yet. We get to crew you up. Hit for 4 more. Please don't have a bounce. Fading Hope here. I want White Source for Cave of Frost Dragon or Den the Bugbear. They haven't had any blockers yet. I think I want the White Source. Even though Den the Bugbear is better, I feel like they're going to be having some sort of tokens. Like, this just feels like it's a deck that's going to have Wandering Emperors, whatever else going on. Sunset Revelry. That was the card I was trying to think the name of. Yeah, so then Cave of the Frost Dragon is absolutely better. Treasure Vault. So I can go Celestis and Circuit Mender. That's 2 artifacts, so I can hit him with these guys. I won't be able to draw a card with Pinkbuster. I could hit him with Cave of the Frost Dragon right now, but I don't think I need to. I think that right now we're just going, yeah, Circuit Mender and Celestis. Lecho. Is it better to draw a card right now? Nah, yeah, we're gonna play it out. You'll attack in. Force him to have another board wipe. This also ramps us up so we can get to Mech Titan Core. Like, if we draw top deck Mech Titan Core, we have the ability to play it and activate it all in one turn. And I like that idea. That's really good against what they're doing. Taps, mills, draws a card. Farewell. Yeah, that's a bad one. So that also destroyed our lands here. Our treasure vaults also got exiled there, which is so bad for us. Now we're throwing this on red, and we're getting it with Den of the Bugbear. Man, that is brutal. So please don't have another Sunset Revelry. We have 1 token out, so that, oh my gosh. Dude, people just never don't have stuff, and it really bothers me sometimes. All right, play out Bankbuster. Draw. I haven't played a land yet, so I definitely want to be able to, if I can, find one here. Field of Ruin. Kills the cave. Very intriguing. Another White Source. That actually lets us play out the Artificer here. Yeah, play you out. Attack in. Definitely willing to trade off there. Tawashi Guidebite's not terrible. Yeah, Farewell's Doomscars. This is, man. Farewell is the worst card imaginable for us. The fact that I'm able to even play it all here. Whoa. Is that a kicked one? A Tawashi Guidebot. Counter onto itself, I believe. So that I can crew up. I don't get to draw a card, but I think with them milling us, maybe that's not as important at the moment. Go like that. Jump, trade. Down to 14. Pass turn. I mean, we're still kind of in it, and that's why I'm still playing anything at all. Oh, boy, oh boy. All right, just into the Bugbear, I believe. Genius Smith could be good. That gives us 2 things to play this turn, potentially. But with 4 cards in hand, we've only seen 3 board wipes, and I guarantee you they have more than that. So yeah, we're gonna go Den the Bugbear this turn. I'm debating if I want to be holding on to this Sokazen or not. Being able to cast multiple things on turn is useful, so we're gonna just go ahead and play it out. Going wide, I don't think is... It could be useful for us. but not when we still need the mana to be able to activate Den of the Bugbear too. But like being able to like play out Ingenious Smith and activating at the same time could have been good. Could have had been. They found another dude. They have found every single thing that you could find. This is dumb. So dumb. Forsaken Monument. So that's definitely a Doomscar. I actually like the Forsaken Monument. Over Ingenious Smith, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have held off on that to like play it as I had something swinging in that's colorless or whatever. But the extra mana can be nice. So, dude, they've had so many copies of the only important things. Okay, play out Ingenious Smith. Card draw. Church Hacker Mech could be interesting. This is something I can, you know, keep on the board through a Doomscar and still be able to hit in for 7 with it every time that I have anything. I really need to find a Crawling Barrens though. I guess you keep going card draw even though we're been milled out. Yeah, play it out. Counter onto you, swing in. They definitely have a Doomscar. Farewell. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, they have had some stuff to go off with here. Dragonspect Reactor. Dude, they have found so many of the only important things available. Yeah, not dead, but we're not doing great. This is just straight up board wipes and mill, which honestly works really well for them. There is enough mill stuff. There's actually a new card coming out in the next set that mills half, and then you can use causality to duplicate it, I believe. So it's a 6 mana, mill 2, sacrifice 1 card. Sorry, not mill 2. They mill half of their deck rounded down, and they do it again potentially. Yeah, okay, good game. We're done here. There's no way we can come back from this point. Concede. Dumb stuff. All right, so there you guys have it with colorless control, or colorless, whatever we're doing here. Semi-aggro, semi just draw tons of cards until we're super white and hidden, and that's kind of what I was calling it, more control-y. The deck is fun. We ran up against matchups that were very interesting and very unique today that made things a little harder. The cool thing was I was able to play up against a lot of different decks before I made the video, and I was kind of hoping to show more of that kind of stuff where I was able to just kind of slow the game down, just build up a massive board of like Tawashi guide bots, draw tons of cards. I wanted to see that happen here. We never got to see that, but we did get to see, I did make Mech Titan Core happen. We did get to see the resilience of the deck of just like how much card draw we have, how much stuff we can keep filling our deck, our hand with, keep putting stuff on the battlefield, Dragonspect Reactor being useful. Like we got to see all of that. You know, all of the cards were useful in this deck at multiple times. Yeah, so it was a good deck. I think the deck is fun. I think it is a powerful one. We were 50%. I was I think 3-2 before I made the video. Yeah, so I was at 3-2. And then I was 50-50 with this one. I think 4 wins, 4 losses during the video. Or no, I was 3-4 actually. So anyway, so we're at exactly 50% win rate with this one, which I think is about accurate. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.